Oh my God. Well, it's a big day in the garage today. I got home from LA Friday at like 1 in the morning. I'm home for 2 days and then leave on another work trip to Canada. They like us a lot there right now. Anyway, I'm sure it's going to be just fine. But what I'm doing is moving stuff around because we have count them, three new awesome things to get bikes in a little more organized fashion. Y'all know that I have an addiction, let's be honest, to motorcycles. Harley-Davidson, of course, as God intended. And just right now in the garage, looking around, I have a 2023 Road Glide ST. It's technically Advan Black's. It's not really mine, but evidently I have to give it a place to live for all eternity. My wife's 22 or 23, I don't know, Road Glide Special. Her most prized possession, 2008 Crossbones, which I bought for us, and she informed me it's not us, it's her. So anyway, 2008 Crossbones, that's the same bike that I owned when we met, and we dated on with her on the back seat of that, so that's why that bike's so special. Anyway, 2008 Crossbones. My 1980 FLT Tour Glide, shovelhead 5-speed rubber mount. First ever what was to become the Road Glide. It was the Tour Glide first from 80 to 80-something. No, to 90-something. Then it became the Road Glide much later. So anyway, so the great-great-grandfather of the current motorcycle on the lift there. I fixed it. It's fine. And then at my buddy Jason's house, I have my 2007 Screaming Eagle Road King. And in the RV right now, I have my two broken bikes, which are, 2024 Street Glide that I broke by putting in adjustable push rods under the cam and over-torquing the jam nut. And one of the push rods went, and then I lost the intake valve. So the motor's not screwed, just I got to do the push rods. That's all there is to it. Anyway, so the 24 Street Glide's in there, as well as my circa 1994 born motor dropped into a Paco frame rigid chopper that I built for Smokeout a couple years ago that I call the Beautiful Loser. So that's 7 motorcycles that I currently own. And it's an issue. I mean, I literally have bikes at friends' house, and then I have two of them stored in my travel trailer toy hauler. It's becoming a problem. So what I did is I did the right thing and got a full-size lift, which takes up a lot of space. So there's a couple different ways you can store your motorcycles, right? Let's go down that sort of path. You got the full-size Mac Daddy lift, right? This thing was, my wife bought it for Christmas as a gift this year. I don't want to know what it costs, but I know it costs a lot. It's a handy, and she bought the wheel jack and what other things? A bunch of other stuff. A lot of accessories that came with it. And still had to build side plates and all that stuff. So it's a huge investment. It takes up lots of space. It really does. It's always there. So whether a bike is on it or not, it's taking up the space of at least a full-size dresser. It's extremely heavy, so it's not like you can just like move it around easily and get out of the way. It's not storable. You can't put it up on the wall. I've seen it done, but those guys are psychopaths. Like they're putting like a pulley system on it and pulling it up and putting it against the wall. Like that's nutty. I guess it could be done if you don't mind if it falls on you and kills you. But so like a handy lift, there's like your big money, investment if you're actually working on bikes all day, every day. You've got your bike jack, which I'll show you what I'm talking about. Used to be an okay solution. That right there is not. But you could buy, I remember years ago, I used to have a Craftsman bike jack, and it was okay. They don't make those anymore. You can't get a decent bike jack anymore. J&S used to make a good one. They're out of business. This I bought is a Vevor. I like Vevor stuff. I have Vevor, a grinder, sanding, grinding station, a belt sander, all this great stuff, a vise, a workbench. I have a lot of Vevor stuff that I like. That is trash. That thing is absolute garbage. I think I paid $125 for it or something like that. And it's held together with pins and R-clips. And the whole thing is just wishy-washy. Like that Road Glide weighs, I don't know, what, 850 to 900, something like that. And this thing is just constantly dragging, and it's really freaking scary. I never liked it, and it's not a good place to store a bike. I'll tell you right now. The bike's moving right now. You can tell in the video. It just kind of does that thing. So I don't trust it, and I want to get rid of it. For the longest time, I've thought about getting the Let's Roll Dolly. You've seen that on a lot of videos. You've seen a lot of people talk about them. It's a neat concept. It's basically a dolly that's quasi-permanent, right? So you use like a scissor jack kind of thing. They have their own lift, which is better, but they sort of like that to lift the bike up. And then a permanent dolly rolls under the bike, and then you set the bike down on the dolly. And then you pull the jack away, and the bike is living on this dolly until you jack it up and pull the dolly out. Now, for someone like me, that's pretty perfect because I'm constantly doing, you know, a dance in here, moving motorcycles around and trying to make space and stuff. And it's kind of perfect. The problem is I need several of them. Like, not just one ain't going to do the job. I really need 3. Because there's 3 bikes in my harem, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, that are rarely in service. You know, they're prized possessions. I love them to death, but they're rarely ridden. The ST right now is one of those. The Crossbones, for the most part, is one of those. And when the Road King is home, I would see the Road King is one of those. I kind of move them in and out. But it's not a big deal to drop one down, put another one up, you know, sort of check them in and out of the library, if you will. And this is going to be a perfect solution. So in short, what happened is Let's Roll contacted me and said, "Do you ever thought about doing a dolly?" I said, "Yeah, I would love to do that, but I would need 3. And I don't know if you want to do that." And they said, "Well, let me think about it." And they came back and said, "Yeah, we'll do that. We've seen your garage." They're real funny. So what I'm going to do now is unbox the 3 dollies. So 3 dollies and 1 jack. All you need is 1 jack to get the bike up off the ground. And then the dolly, again, is a permanent sort of fixture. You just set the bike on it and you're done. So what I'm going to do now is first we'll open the jack, because I'm sure that's just a super high quality scissor jack, I'd imagine, kind of thing. And then you got 3 dollies I probably have put together. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, first things first, not just a scissor jack. That's cool. So look at this, like, nice foam padding here. Is that the top? Oh, that's the bottom. It's like a non-skid kind of thing for the floor. And then you got, or is that the, what? Which is the bottom? Oh, so this is, yeah, that was the bottom. This is the top. But look at how nicely made it is. And, show you a big thing. See that right there? Made in the USA. Something you just don't see very often anymore. So, real cool. All right, so I have to install this, the sort of screw mechanism that makes this become a jack, and then we'll assemble a dolly. And then the first things first, I think we're going to get the ST off that janky bike jack and get that secured. Then we'll probably do the Crossbones. And the next bike, we might not do in this video. The next bike needs to go on here is probably the FLT. But I got to do that when I get home from Canada. So for right now, we'll get 2 up in the air. And later on in another video, we'll show all 3 of them that, you know, put away and stored. But I think that corner is going to be the place that I put, like, bikes that are not in service, we'll just call it. And that'll give me some more room for more bikes I can't afford. Done. So assembly is literally just the screwdriver goes in the backside, 2 bolts to bolt it down. Comes with a packet of grease for you to put on the threads, and you use your power ratchet or whatever to just run that in and out. If you know, right side lifts, turn down left, drops it. That's it. So that's the lift, which is, I was mistaken when I said, like, oh, it's probably a scissor jack. I mean, it's the same concept, but I've got those. You know, we got that kind of stuff you use for lifting a bike up off the lift when it's on the lift. Those are garbage. I wish I had 2 more of those. That'd be much nicer to work with. The action of it's really easy too. Like, maybe it's because they're properly lubed and all that stuff, but real easy. So what I'm gonna do now is grab one of these dollies, open it up, and put that together. I'm a freaking sucker for nice engineering, dude. So this is the dolly. That's what it looks like when it's done, okay? This is, again, this stays together. This doesn't raise and lower. This isn't constantly in this position. You're lifting the bike, rolling the dolly underneath the bike, and then using the lift to drop the jack, to drop the bike back down onto the dolly, and you're done. But see, nice and wide, which is a problem with those frickin' things. Like, sometimes the skis aren't very wide if you have a Harley. Yeah, so this is real easy. So you got 4 casters. These corners are the casters. Look at the welds, man. It's nicely done. And then the skis, for lack of a better word, just bolt onto here. I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fasteners. I kind of like, because these are really heavy, and I mean that in a good way. Like, this is a significant piece of steel. When I was lugging around the dollies, I was like, this might suck to put these things together. But no, it's really easy. So I'm sure I can figure this out without directions, but I mean, an exploded view is all you're gonna need. So does it actually, oh look, it actually has directions. We've fallen so far that we need, oh no, it's the instruction on how to put it on. Yeah, so one thing that's important to note, which I don't know how somebody didn't get this, but when I was chatting with the Let's Roll people and they were sending the stuff out, they were like, people evidently put the jack in under that side of the bike, as you should. Then they jack the bike up and then are thoroughly confused because the dolly won't. What's going on? The dolly goes around from the other side, moron. I mean, like, you jack the bike up. You have to have the bike out where you can get to it. First off, step one, have the bike where you can get around it. That's step one. Jack the bike up. Then the dolly comes in from the other side. Then you drive. It's like, I was like, well, obviously, how is it going to go around the thing? Anyway, so evidently that's being done out there. So, whew, Darwin was right. All right, so we'll go ahead and bolt this stuff on. And then first thing we'll do is we'll get the ST up in the air. Bam! Assembled dolly. So, 4 casters. In the picture, it showed having a locking caster on opposing corners, which makes sense to me. So I put a locker here, non-locker here, locker there, non-locker there. Just go up through, washer, nut, done. And these guys, there's 2 height settings. And the directions say it does not impact it at all, so pick whatever height you want. And I, of course, chose taller. The lower one would probably be fine, just to get the wheels off the ground, but I don't know. I'm just like, I do enough garage yoga that my back is shot, so if the bike is, however far that is, 2, 3 inches, whatever, higher off the ground, couldn't hurt if I'm trying to get to anything, drain plug, something like that. So I went ahead and went 1 higher. Probably not necessary. The lower one would probably get a Harley touring bike off the ground, but, who knows. So, nicely made. Really, really nicely made. I like all this little stuff. Sticker, which is very important. Yeah, I love how they put made in the USA and everything. So, really cool stuff. So, all right, so let me drop this down. Then we'll get rid of that piece of junk, get the ST out, so I can get the lift jack under it, get up off the ground, and this goes again around from the other side, and then you drop the bike down onto the Let's Roll dolly. So we'll do that. All right, I'm so excited. This is the last time I have to move this bike with this freaking janky ass jack. Like, it drags for no reason. Like all the R pins and stuff under it, like it's just, oh. Okay, I'm gonna need both hands. Trust me, I'm gonna move the bike out, put it back on its kickstand on the ground so I can put the scissor jack under it, lift it up, go around. So I hate that. Okay, see that? The dolly goes from the other side, not this side. So if you got yours and you look at this like, how does this whole work? You should see those wheels. And then on this side, you should see that side. The logo, where's it at? Logo goes on the left side of the bike. All right, so now I'm just gonna line it where I want it, drop it down onto the dolly, and we're good with the ST. Bam! So she's on the dolly now. Nice and square, and I'll tell you right now, we ain't got no wobble. That freaking V-bore thing, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I would hit it and go, again, not doing disparagement, because I love V-bore stuff. I'm talking about the concept of a regular bike jack in general. The way they like lift up and like teeth go into a thing. Like, unless it's they don't make good ones anymore. Unless it's a damn good one, it's not gonna hold a bike anywhere near like this does. There's just no way. So, all right. Also, look at the stance. See how much wider they are? The skis are right there. So they're a lot wider. They're a lot, wider this way, so you actually have more coverage on your frame, more options. And now it's not locked, so I can push the bike around if I want to real easy. No issues. Like, did I lock that thing? No, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, you just kind of push it around wherever you want to go with it. I can spin it around. I can move it this way, that way, whatever. And then if I want to drop it off there, little jack goes underneath there, lift it up, pull the dolly out, and put it down. All there is to it. No big deal. So they do say don't use, in the directions say this, don't use an impact. And I can see why. When you thread that thing in, if you've got an impact, by the time you let off of it, you could have damaged the actual jack itself. So maybe a weak electric ratchet that's just taking up slack, but once you've actually got it touching the bike, you're going to want to use a regular ratchet to lift it. It's not that hard. No big deal. But just know that you should not just go with an impact and go, go straight to town, because you could tear that thing up. So now what I'm going to do is move this out of the way, move the crossbones up, build the other dolly, and then when we come back, we'll have them like staggered and looking nice. And so we're going to end up using them for 3 of these, but for a day we'll get 2. So, right. Bam! It's once you've done it. I don't know why at first you're like, okay, so it kind of goes, and you do that. That one I did in literally 3 minutes, just like lift her up, throw her under there, drop her down, done. So remember, when you're placing the jack under the bike, relative to the kickstand on that side. You got to make sure it's further, maybe further back you normally would, right? So if I was just doing a jack under this thing, I'd kind of be under the cam chest. Maybe the right ski directly under the cam. But really it need to be a little further back so that the dolly could go around it easily. So, because, you know, the kickstand's in the way if you go too far forward. Realized it before I had a problem. But yeah, just maybe shift her back and just kind of look at it and see where is the dolly going to go. Again, from the kickstand side it goes in. And then, yeah, done. So I'm going to flip this guy around, stack them up right there, and we're done for today. I don't know how well this is going to go with videoing. I realized I should try and video it if I can, but the bike is so stable on there. Doing it one-handed maybe is kind of a thing, but I don't want them to bump. Don't bump. Don't stop doing, oh, I just ripped the gas cage out. There we go. All right, it's back. All right, that. Make sure we have clearance. It's behind the scenes footage. And then I'm just spinning it. You know, nothing to it. And then I'm going to push it that away. And then push it this away. And then I'm going to stack them up like that. And I frickin' love it. All right, let me go further back. So the wheels are kind of staggered. And we don't hit that paint like I just did. And back here. Oh! Look at that. I freaking love that, and I can't wait till the shovel or Road King will be facing that way, sitting right here. Look at how tight you can get them. And if I worked with it, I'm sure I could get more. I'm sure I could scoot this one this way. Yeah, I could do that. Well, my fishtails are kind of an issue, but no, if I pulled it back this way quite a bit, I mean, I could get them an inch from each other. Oh, that slider's hitting the air cleaner. All right, let me work on I'm going to fool them some more, but there, I got moved it a couple inches that way and was actually able to get them a lot closer together. So you can see, you're probably not going to park your bikes like that, just in a garage. But there's nothing touching, just so you know. But yeah, like, that's sweet. Now, when there's a third one here, right on. So that's for another day, though, because I have to go to Canada tomorrow. Then I'll get home and did all that, and then got to get ready for Sturgis, man. It's upon us. Like, I get back on the 18th. Buddy's bringing his bike that day. We're going to do a full body swap on a 2015 Road Glide. It's gotten kind of long in the tooth, and I had that white body off the ST. So we're going to put that 2023 ST body on a 2015 bike. So that'll be cool to put an 8-year newer body on a motorcycle. Then when that's done, Brown Sugar's coming back. We're going to do chopper stuff. So probably the first week of June, Tom's going to bring Sugar down from Orlando. He's been its caretaker now for several months, and I've never been happy with it. I've never been happy with the final, iteration of the bike, that it could be better. So we're doing Sugar 2.0, which is going to include, I'm not going to show you. It's going to include that, which is a very, very special front end. So we're going to do that. She's going to be slick, thanks to Advanced Apoco. We're going to do some big stuff to Sugar here at the beginning of June. Then it's repair the floor in my RV, load the bikes, and roll the end of July. And Sturgis, here we come, man. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. So hope you enjoyed this video. All the questions you want, answer away. We're not done with this again, because we have a third dolly that I'm still going to assemble right now after I shut this off, just so that's done. But when the shovel's down, that'll go on the dolly. So I guess when we do Shifter's bike with that white body, you'll see, again in the video, I'll show the Let's Roll dollies and 3 bikes stacked up inside the garage here. So anyway, I love you all to death. Take care of each other. We'll talk soon. Bye.